Hi, my name is Shawn Flynn. I'm an investment banker. So what do I do? Think of it this way. You go through life, you meet that special someone. Two equals become one. They get married. Well, that's a merger. And now those two people are walking in the park hand in hand. And they see the little puppy and they go, oh my gosh, I want to bring this puppy into my home. I want to make this house even bigger. They acquire that puppy through an acquisition. Now that puppy needs to go to the vet. It needs dog food. It needs shots. It needs all these things go from a little dog to a little puppy to this big dog. To that, it needs money. It needs growth capital. And then one day it has puppies of its own and you want to give one to the neighbor. Well, that's a divestiture. So all these transactions that happen in life, I help businesses with those every day. That's what I do. I focus on mergers, acquisitions, growth capital, and a little bit of secondaries. And that's these privately owned companies that may be unicorn, where they're an early employee or investors looking for some liquidity. When people think of investment bankers, a lot of them think of these Hollywood movies where there's people throwing stuff and screaming and yelling. Well, that's not what I do. That's not who I am. And that's not what I focus on. I focus on facilitating and managing transactions from the very beginning. Well, even before the beginning, when we have that conversation of, hey, have you talked to these service providers, making intros to, okay, now it's time to actually run this process. Let's build out the data room, get everything together. Let's take that information, package it with marketing materials, create that buyer investor list, have those conversations, have the negotiations and prep your side for them into due diligence and manage that whole process. So doing this entire thing takes time, takes expertise, and that vision of just yelling and screaming, that's not reality. In reality, it's a step-by-step process that takes time, but that's what I help my clients through. Through those ups and downs, I'm with them every step. There's many examples of things that I've done from clients. Some range from a company that had an acquisition offer in hand, thinking, I'm not sure if this is a good offer, coming to us saying, hey Shawn, can you help us bring in some competition? Can you help us bring this to a level above, to an early employee that has been at the company for years, very rich on paper, not that much money in the bank account, looking for some liquidity, selling shares on the secondary market, to, founders of a company that they grew it to the place that they were comfortable at and said, you know what, we've taken as far as we can. It's now time to sell it to a strategic or private equity group, someone that could take it to the next level. I've worked with a lot of clients over the years in just a lot of different transactions, because that's the one thing that's fascinating about this line of work. Every transaction is different. Every company is different. Every sector has its specialties. There's so much complexity that it's fascinating, because you really have to dive deep into the company and know the operations, know the processes, know the team, review the cap table, review the data room, have those conversations with the investors. There's so much to do. It's exciting. So walking these clients through it from, anything from, okay, let's get you a little bit more press, having you on stage, having you on podcasts, getting you in front of these dream buyers, investors for you, coaching them, prepping them. You can almost think of it as, I'm a Sherpa and we're hiking the Himalayas, and that Himalayas is the transaction that this client wants to go through, because honestly, at the very end, when you're looking at the horizon, and you're at the top of the mountain, that's a life-changing moment. And that's what I get involved with every day with these companies, life-changing moments. An ideal client for us is someone that's looking to do a transaction north of 10 million. Yes, we've helped people in the past that, they're friends, family, we have a relationship with, where the transaction, yes, is less than 10 million, but really it makes the most sense to bring us in where that acquisition, whether it's raising growth capital, whether it's whatever it is, but when that number is above 10 million. And earlier the better. Honestly, a year, 2 years before this transaction is going to happen, that's fantastic, because we're able to help and coach and guide that business owner, that entrepreneur on this journey from beginning to end, so it's done correctly, it's done properly, get the best results for that owner. And referrals, CEO coaches, M&A lawyers, anyone that works with business owners that are that lower middle market, that middle market, those are great referrals. And I'm always looking to meet great people. Thank you.